Yo guys, what's going on? Today I'm basically just going to be talking about my reaction of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the movie. Right, so I've got some pictures to show you during the video, but bear in mind before we start, there will be spoilers in this video, so if you have not seen the film yet, I highly recommend you don't watch this video. It's the first time I'm ever going to say do not watch the video, but if you haven't seen the film, then I really don't think you should be watching this right now because it's massive spoilers. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first of all, like, these pictures aren't going to be in order, I forgot to say that, but first things first, we're going to go to Blue training as a baby. So in the Fallen Kingdom movie, we see pictures of Owen training Blue as a baby, right? And well, we see different stages of the training. At first we see them becoming pack members, so if Owen shows his weakness, then they will attack him, but then that's with Echo, Delta and Charlie. But then with Blue, it shows, when he shows his weakness, Blue goes and makes sure he is okay. So that was just basically a bit showing us how much Blue cares for him, and Owen watches them tapes just before he goes to the island, and that was his final decision to leave. Although that wasn't the only reason he went, as we figure out. Owen and Claire, Owen says he just goes for Claire when he goes to find Blue. So also later on in the movie, we find out about this when in Lockwood's estate, when Maisie, the little girl who turns out to be a clone, excuse me, Maisie, the little girl who turns out to actually be a clone in the film, she goes downstairs to the secret room and finds out lots about what's going on and everything, and she just sneaks around and she finds everything else. But then she gets caught also by the Indoraptor behind her. And then there's no words here. And then this is after she's all watched the videos about Blue. So yeah, basically that's just showing how loyal Blue was to her as a kid, and like, Blue would never abandon. Sorry about this. Blue would never abandon it or hurt, at the least, Owen. As we see, when they are trying to capture Blue for the first time, Owen gets caught after they shoot, because he's about to get Blue, and they all go in and shoot Blue. Blue gets a bullet into him. She's lying on the floor, presumed dead. And then Owen goes over to the guy who initiated the attack, and they shoot Owen as well, as Blue was about to be friends with Owen again. So yeah, it just shows the loyalty they have between them, and that'll help later in the film when Blue comes back together with them. So as I said, they're in a random order. Right, so next on the agenda, the Mosasaurus. Right, so the Mosa. I was actually quite disappointed in the little we actually saw of the Mosa in the film. However, the little we saw was amazing. They couldn't really have picked any better scenes at the beginning. It actually showed us, which I didn't expect. Cause I was very baffled in the reason the Mosa did actually manage to get into the ocean, as we saw in the trailer it did. But it turns out it was all because of the fact that at the beginning, in the very first scene, when they go to collect the Indominus Rex tooth for the DNA, they open the gate and the pod gets attacked and eaten by the Mosasaur, as unrealised. but then so they try to evacuate, but also in the meanwhile, as shown in a game, in a virtual reality game that was taking place in between Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World. After Blue and Rexy had a little bit of a fight, Rexy saw the helicopters coming in and headed towards them. So when they realised the Mosasaurus killed them, they all got into a helicopter. Then Rexy arrived, nearly dragged the helicopter down, but didn't quite manage. So he actually survives from Rexy. Rexy doesn't manage to get them, but as you can see in this picture on the screen right now, the helicopter did survive. However, Rexy didn't get through, but obviously the guy on the bottom of the helicopter had a very bad death, eaten by a Mosasaurus. So that was that. And next thing I'm going to talk about is the Indoraptor. Right, the Indoraptor in this plays obviously the biggest part in the film. Although, well, that's what most people say, but in my opinion, the biggest part of the film was Blue. And another thing I was very surprised at, Blue and Rexy didn't die. I thought at least one of them were going to die, if not two, but they both survived, which I will talk about again in a little while. But the Indoraptor was brutal in the film. I think because they said they were going to make this more horror aspect and a more scary film than the previous ones, and the Indoraptor was the exact way to do that, which they managed to accomplish, but not in the way they wanted. I think they wanted the Indoraptor to be a bit more scarier, especially when the lights went out. However, it also went off. Like in this scene here, this is the picture for a lot of places, but this was just one very short scene. And how it happened was the Indoraptor was chasing a little girl. This was after the one I was on about, where all the lights go off. All the lights are off. The Indoraptor starts chasing the little girl. It chases her all the way upstairs. She goes in the room, locks the door. The Indoraptor cannot get in the door. So using its intelligence, what it does is it goes on the window outside, it goes on the roof, it opens the balcony door on the window, and it sneaks in through the window. Which obviously is really not good for the little girl. However, it's at this point where Owen enters the room when he's about to claw her. This is the point where Owen enters the room and saves life. And then they obviously go on the roof and everything, but yeah. More about the Indoraptor. The Indoraptor was not meant to be exactly in the film for that long. Originally, the Indoraptor was meant to only be in it for a little while. Well, not a little while, it was still meant to be the main part in Lockwood Manor, but it wasn't actually meant to die like that. Blue was meant to kill it, or I'm not sure, just I know it wasn't meant to die like that. I read that somewhere, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure the truth on how it was meant to die, but I definitely heard somewhere that it wasn't meant to die the way it did. But it can obviously take a bullet, as we saw, but it's the laser that killed it, eventually falling through the roof onto the Triceratops' horns in Lockwood Manor. Right, so next of all, we are going to go on to the Baryonyx is the next thing I want to talk about. The Baryonyx was sorry about that. Right, just turn the audio off. I did not realise that was playing in the background. But the Baryonyx in this, I was expecting the Baryonyx to play a little bit of a bigger part in the film instead of just this lava scene. Really, I was expecting it to follow on to the Lockwood Manor estate and all that, but it turned out it died in the lava, we assume, because we didn't see it being carried off the island. So I think something a little bit like it, but that turned out to just be a Suchomimus, I believe. However, I'm not sure the Baryonyx died in the lava, but if it didn't, it just died from the volcano anyway, because they did not save any Baryonyxes off the island, which is quite disappointing, because I wanted it to play a bigger role in the film, if I'm going to be truly honest, but it didn't, so just really disappointing. Yeah, I was actually really disappointed, but obviously this lava scene was very cool. Leading up to the end, this was the first bit of the volcano erupting. Obviously Franklin, the tech guy, thought it was a T-Rex coming down the tunnel, but it turned out it was the Baryonyx. And they managed to get away with the ladder going up the top. But yeah, I do really wish the Baryonyx played a bigger part in the film. And yeah, it really should have done, to be honest. There was also the effect of that was the start of the volcano, which led to the gyrosphere scene with all the dinos coming out, which I really particularly like that scene. That was one of my favourite scenes in the film, actually, all the dinosaurs running out, jumping into the ocean and all that. Just like here. No, that's the wrong one to get. There we go. Yeah, this was my favourite scene in the film, I think. Yeah, all the dinos running past, they're all destroying the log, gyrosphere is still there. The Carnotaur creeps around Rexy on her way to escape the island, sees them in trouble, or just sees Carnotaur he wants to kill, kills them basically, and then doesn't go for humans, doesn't go for owning them, just sees the Carnotaur and continues moseying on, just as a normal day. And also another thing I really like about that scene is there's you can see everything there. You literally see every single creature in the film there to verify what's there, except the Stygimoloch, I believe, is the only one you don't actually see there, and obviously the Indoraptor. Yeah, there's one more scene I want to show you, which is also a very cool scene. It was the now this is the most confusing scene in the film, I think, I'm going to be honest, because it just leads on to nothing really, in a way, as you just don't know, because there has been a confirmed next film in the 22nd of June 2021, however, how is that going to start and all that? I assume it'll be rounding up all the dinosaurs that are around the world and who are just escaped and living alongside humans, just taking them to that sanctuary that was found in Lockwood Manor. But they said they have to live alongside humans. It wasn't exactly going that well, as we see from this picture here. Rexy breaks into a zoo, so you're in a casual trip down the zoo. Rexy breaks in and has a roaring competition with the lion. It clearly doesn't go down well for him. Yeah, so they really didn't cooperate very well, and then we also see the Mosa in the ocean killing the diver. It just doesn't bode that well for humans, really. As Malcolm said in the film, the humans are causing their own extinction. Yeah, that's my opinion on the film. Anyway, it was still a very good film. I think it's taken over the second spot. I think that, in my opinion, it was better than the first Jurassic World. Yeah, it taken over second spot, but then again, nothing will ever beat that first spot for me of Jurassic Park 1, and same with most people. But I'm guessing, I'm not sure why, I just don't think anything will ever beat that first film. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.